All right, everybody, thanks for coming to this wonderful, wonderful event that we are having. We still do have a couple of people that are on the way, so when they come here, they'll just come on in and do what they got to do. Mm-hmm. And we will just continue to do what we got to do, right?
That's right, that's right.
So, are y'all ready? I heard there was some nervous people tonight. What you nervous for? It's just me, right? It's just us. All right.
We're all grown-ups.
We are.
Mostly all married.
Supposed to
Some
be
on their
grown-ups.
way.
But it's all good. So just to say, this is something that I've really wanted to do for quite some time because I really believe and feel that we don't talk about this sort of stuff enough. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like this has got to be a separate thing from church, but it shouldn't be.
Right.
Like marriage should never be a separate thing from church. Neither should romance and intimacy because we are married. We are supposed to enjoy this together. We are supposed to let's face it, we all having sex, so it's not like something we're not doing. But there's a lot of confusion, and even if some of the things that we're going to cover doesn't have to deal with you specifically, there are plenty of people who are challenged in believing what God may want them to do and what God says is okay and what's not okay.
Yes. Is that your cue? Are you giving me an opportunity?
Yes,
okay.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So as you know, many of the things we bring to you guys stems from our own relationships because that's sort of like our testing ground. And so, one of the areas that we sort of struggled in, and this is really helpful for me because, so I don't know, some of you guys know my testimony because you've been to our marriage events many times. And so, I was looking for love in all the wrong places, rather promiscuous in my younger days, way younger days, because now I'm old, way younger days. And as a result of that, sin was dirty. Sex was sin, it was dirty, it was ugly. And so I had a hard time after being saved, even though I was married, being saved and making that switch. And so I did struggle in that area. And so that's where a lot of this has come from, is us trying to gain our freedom. So.
Because we do have freedom. So you're going to hear this now and you'll hear it again. Because one of the things that we believe in, not only in our marriage and our sex life, but our Christian life in general, is that with more freedom, there's more responsibility. You all may have heard me say that before on Sunday mornings. With more freedom, there's more responsibility. And so while we don't have to deal with the religious laws like they were back in the Old Testament, we do have more freedom, but we still have more responsibility. And so it's always good to get educated, as much as we can about this particular topic. Always pray about things. And one of the things we're going to talk about here in a minute is communication. Communication is vitally important to your marriage and to subjects like this when they come up. So, you have anything else?
No.
Okay, good. So, Valentine's Day is when? Thursday, right? Next Thursday? Wednesday? It's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. That's right.
So it's a perfect opportunity for us to have this conversation because I have a feeling that, there's going to be some people that leave here tonight and going to go and be an adult, right? And go have some adult time. You're married and it's okay. But let me ask everybody.
No work tomorrow.
Yeah, no work tomorrow. I'll leave that alone. That was too easy. I'll stay away from that. So really just a general question, everybody. What is romance? And, raise your hand or whatever. I am looking for an answer. So what is romance? What is romance to you? Anybody? Okay, so what are they always, this time of year, right? What are all the commercials that are on TV? Every kiss begins with K, right? Jewelry. Mm-hmm. What else is there? Dinner in a movie or, candlelight dinner. These things are supposed to be romantic, right?
Yeah.
Wine and dine, yes, all of these sorts of things. This is what is considered romance. And they may have a part to play in romance, but what real romance is with you and your spouse, you're going to love this. I promise you will. You're going to love it. Is communication. True romance with you and your spouse is communication. Why is that? It is simply because you should listen to what their heart is saying. Mm-hmm. So whining and dining and dinner and music and all that stuff is great, but what is your spouse's heart saying? So that's
Yeah.
where romance comes from, is when you listen and you get the small details from your spouse, and then you go and give or buy or do
Yep.
whatever it is that is their heart's desire.
Yeah, because you love your spouse the way they want to be loved when you do those things.
Yeah. So marketing is out there and it's great. You know, they make plenty of money off of everybody telling you what romance is, telling you what you need to go and get your spouse, instead of you really listening. I'm not saying that we might want some of those things. Oh yeah, that's
Right.
so sweet. Yeah, I want some of that. You know, this, that, and the third, right? But when you really listen to your spouse's heart, and this is not only this time of year. This is all year round. We have opportunities to be romantic and thoughtful. And so we shouldn't wait until Valentine's Day or weekend or whatever to really let somebody market us into buying something.
Right, right.
Because that's what they're doing. They are marketing you into buying something because they're saying, this is what romance is to you. And your spouse will love you if you get this. It only costs, right? However much money it is. They want you to come out the pocket instead of saying, okay, let me just listen to what my spouse is saying. Right? So a lot of the times it's all jewelry and all of this stuff for women. And I don't know if they're still running Home Depot ads for men, you know, for Valentine's Day. Go get him a tool, right? Okay, maybe that's not what he wants, you know, but listen to what he's saying. Because we still have a part to play in this stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's always marketed to, it's always about the wife. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if we are in love, romance goes both ways.
That's right, that's right.
Amen? It goes both ways. And so we both should be listening to each other's heart because, you know, like my wife said, it's about both of us, right? Anything else?
Nope, that's good.